All right, man. Torture talk. Torture talk. 12 o'clock. 12 o'clock. Wait. Sick nigga. 12 o'clock, man. You know what it is. I'm back in here, back in the building, back in the spot. You know, niggas is always saying niggas back in the building. He wasn't even in the building, nigga. He was in your room. You talking about back in the building. All right, man. Look, man. 12 o'clock show. So look. Pink, Usher, and a couple other people deleted all their tweets. And people were bringing up old videos of them talking about Diddy and all this stuff. So we're going to watch this clip. He breaks this down. He shows a couple of videos of Diddy doing some things or saying some things, and even with Justin Bieber. So I thought y'all would really like this. I thought this would be interesting. So let's get into it. You know I got to give my spill. This is Torture Talk. If you like the content, please consider subscribing. If you're new here, let me earn your subscription today. All the beautiful, sexy ladies. Hey, put one in the chat. All the fellas, y'all know where to find the ones at. Just don't harass them. I don't sell no merch, but I do have content that's absolutely free. But if you want to leave a donation, actually can. Links on the screen, cue cards, all that stuff, Cash App. In the description box, let me know where you from. You know what I'm saying? I really appreciate that. And they call me the Hidden Gem. 1,300 to over 10,000, about to be 11. Let's get it, man. I'm just going to say this before I get any further. I did a video. Make sure y'all go check that out. It'll be on the screen. I did a video of What's the Dirt in the company, man. And I said some things that I think resonated with a lot of people. I think What's the Dirt was out of line, and he apologized to the company, man. So make sure y'all check that video out. It was came from the heart, you know. So look, man, I know this is going long, but we're gonna get to it, man. Be back to discuss, you know. All right, so let's go, man. This come courtesy of Jada Black. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all go subscribe to his page. I will put him in the description. So let's get it.
What's going on, guys? Jada Black here. Shout out to everybody tuning in. I want to talk about Usher Raymond. Usher Raymond is trending, him and Pink, due to the fact that they have deleted most of their tweets, right? And now it's being put out here. It's going viral. And people are looking at the correlation between what's going on with Diddy. We know Usher people have been talking about Usher and his connection to Diddy, and the fact that he lived with Diddy back in the mid '90s when he was.
All right, so I want to say this. Here's the thing, right? You could delete anything. You could delete all this stuff. You could delete Pink and Usher. And whoever else, y'all could delete all this stuff. It's not going to make no difference because they can just pull it right back up. So I don't understand, if there was something that would implement you in a crime or implement you into some things, why would you put it online? I don't understand. Maybe they deleted videos of them at these parties or something like that. I don't know. But I do know that it's nothing you can do. If they want to get that stuff, they can easily get it. These social media sites are not, I repeat, they are not private. And a lot of people think that because they're in a secret group, in a group chat, or unlisted group, or closed group, or anything, these are not private groups. It's not. I'm telling you now, it's not private. None of this is private. They will find you, and they will find this stuff out. They will. I'm gonna be honest with y'all on something, right? And this is why I said I kind of I know and I understand certain things. I used to be a part of this group called the Passport Bros, and you know, it's not wrong with the Passport Bros. I'm just telling y'all why I left. I left the group because they were posting and sharing things inside of the group that I know for a fact that they don't supposed to be doing that. and they sharing it in the group chat, in the secret groups. And I used to get on there and say, yo, bro, y'all know y'all can't be sharing this stuff, right? This is illegal. And they used to jump, nah, bro, you crazy. It's not illegal. This is not illegal. You're crazy. And I say, bro, whatever you do should be private. And if you go somewhere to do something, that should be private. You shouldn't be doing this. But see, people get so comfortable with the internet that they think they're protected. The internet is wide open. And Usher, Pink, and whoever else posting stuff online thinking they could delete it, how do you think people could easily retrieve all that? Trust me, they have programs for it. They're going to retrieve everything you deleted, and they're going to say, this is what the person delete. That's how you know that these people be knowing what you delete. People, I'm going to tell y'all, people are really, really, really crazy. Some people would literally record everything you say. Super fans, everything, anything you put up, they have the history of it. So I don't understand the whole point of them doing that. But let's keep it going.
Very young. And he's talked about, the things that went on there, and he talked about how his experience there. He didn't really delve into it, but there's a lot of weird things that have been said to have happened there. And I find it interesting because, Usher, he did an interview. I believe it might have been with Howard Stern. And he mentioned how I think he was asked would he let his children live with Diddy. I think he said no. He said no, which is very interesting because you would think because he never really looked upon his experience with Diddy as bad. He said there was a lot of wild things that went on, but the fact that he wouldn't even allow his own children to be around Diddy like that lets you know everything you need to know.
Actually, I disagree with that. I don't think that that's because he don't want his kids to be around Diddy that lets you know everything you need to know. I don't agree with that. Maybe he just don't want his kids with another man. Maybe that's it. I don't think it's because Diddy is this guy. Like, no, I think he probably just said no because he probably didn't want it. And now I'm not saying that this is what Usher is saying. I'm saying it doesn't apply to everybody. I wouldn't want my kids to be around some of my friends. It's not because they're bad people. I'm just saying, why would I want my child to go live with one of my friends? You know what I'm saying? Unless something's happening to me, then yeah. But I kind of get what you're saying, but at the same time, I disagree with that. It don't apply to everybody. Maybe it applies to some people, but I don't think it applies to everybody. But let's keep it going.
About what may have happened there. And it's very sad because Usher seems like such a humble dude. He never gets into trouble with anybody. He goes about his business, right? He's been a consistent artist for a very long time because he's been in the industry since he was young. And I don't think he wants the stuff that he's posted on social media to be used, as a way to get him to either testify against Diddy or to be brought into any situations with Diddy. But we shall see. Now let's get into this article here from Showbiz 411. It says R&B and pop star Usher's 11.5 million fans on Twitter are getting a rude awakening this morning. It's gone. The account is still there, but all the posts have been wiped clean. His Instagram is still in place, but with pictures from his current tour and sold out throughout the fall. But Usher's move today feels like a connection to the arrest and scandal surrounding Sean P. Diddy Combs. Diddy is locked up in a dirty Brooklyn jail cell after accusations of malfeasance that make the hair stand up. Usher was a child star groomed and launched by Diddy in the 90s. Diddy was actually his legal guardian. There's a lot of gossip and speculation on the web now about their relationship and what Usher may have seen or experienced over the years. There's also a lot of talk about Justin Bieber, who was then mentored as a child by Usher. Bieber at 15 spent a lot of time with Diddy, all recorded on video by themselves in recent years. Bieber has had a number of mental health issues. He's dropped out of a couple of tours and stopped recording. Of course, the one person who might shed some light on all of this is Scooter Braun, who managed Bieber and promoted all these relationships. This year, Braun dropped out of managing artists entirely so he could be a part of K-pop's Hybe company. But Braun...
Yeah, so let me speak on that real quick. The whole thing with Justin Bieber and Diddy, I seen some of the videos, and I seen people saying, "Oh, it's so disturbing," blah 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 blah. Like, I'm like, I understand exactly why you say it's disturbing, and this is why a lot of y'all, shouldn't give y'all kids over to people who you think or feel like would do something like that. But at the same time, I mean, I don't really know how to feel about it because I haven't seen any evidence of him mistreating Justin Bieber. Now, people say behind closed doors, they can speculate. That's all we have is speculation. Like, and again, I'm not saying, and I know people jump in the comments, "Oh, he's the bad guy, blah, blah." I know, I agree. But off of hearsay, we can't. Only thing we could go off is what he did to Cassie. But I've never seen Justin Bieber go through that. You know what I'm saying? I never seen that. So if somebody could provide that, then yeah. But for me, I'm one of those type of people who I don't really like speculation. I like confirmation. You know what I'm saying? And I can't apply one thing to the next. Diddy's a monster because he beat up Cassie? Yes. But is Diddy a monster because of what he did to Justin Bieber? I really don't know what he did to Justin Bieber. Now, if Justin Bieber come out and he has some evidence of him doing something to him, then yeah, I can agree.
Is where all roads lead back to. Meanwhile, Usher's feed is gone with all his comments and all his fans. Let me say this about the whole Bieber situation, because it all does go back to Scooter Braun, because Scooter Braun was a manager that got his foot in the door being Justin Bieber's manager. Once he managed Justin Bieber, he started getting all these other clients. And, Bieber was a young kid out of Canada, and he was around a bunch of sharks. He was around a bunch of people, and he was by himself. And I am sure, because look at all the connections that Scooter Braun has made over the years in his own career, right? He made those connections, I believe, through Justin Bieber. And there's a lot of talk about the things that have happened to Justin Bieber. I have no doubt that Justin Bieber went through a lot. There's a video, it might be here, it might be this clip here, where Diddy wants to know why Justin Bieber doesn't want to hang around him anymore. Let's see if I can play that clip.
Starting to act different, huh? You ain't been calling me and hanging out the way we used to hang out.
Well, I mean, you try to get in contact with me, through all my, partners and whatnot. Mm-hmm. But you never really got my number, so.
Correct.
You see that? Why are you trying to stay in contact? Now, again, we know that Justin Bieber was an artist, but he's a young man. It was a young kid at that time. Why are you talking to him like he's a girl that didn't return your call after a first date or second date?
Okay, now, please, I don't want to sound like I'm Diddy's lawyer. I'm really not. I'm just giving an objective point of view, because most people just run to guilty. So I'm giving an objective point of view. Diddy talked like that to him in the first. Diddy's a very aggressive talker. He talks very aggressively, and he means business every time he speaks. He speaks and he means business whenever he says. So I think him putting this on camera, to me, isn't, you got to think about it. If he was doing something or if he was doing something nefarious or really crazy, Justin Bieber could have easily said something in code. I do believe, now I'm gonna be honest, I do believe Justin Bieber did look kind of nervous because he's young, you know what I'm saying? Diddy's aggressive, you know what I'm saying? But the other video, I seen the other video, and he was aggressive in that video. He giving him I think it was a Lamborghini. And he was like, "Oh, you gotta wait till." He said, "Well, I can drive it when I'm 15. I can drive it with you in the passenger seat." He said, "No." Like the way he looked at him was like, "No, you'll wait until after you get this, and then you'll get the house later," which is wild to me that he would offer that young man the house. Whoa, nigga. Offered him the house, but still in all. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just learning like everybody else.
You know, just Diddy's interactions with Bieber is very blatantly obvious that, you know, something wrong is there. I mean, look at the way Bieber's life has turned out. Yes, I believe he's in a relationship or married right now, but mental health wise, like his, you know, career wise, you know, he's never been the same, and that's what the industry.
But we can't put all that on Puff unless Bieber comes out and says, which I don't know if he did or not. I never seen an interview like that. So if people have a link, put it in the comments. I'll go look it up. I'll even do a video about it. But I never seen Bieber come out and say he was mistreated by Puffy. I never seen that. Now I'm sure people probably seen it, and if it does exist, please school me. I need to know because I never seen it. But from what I seen, he never said that. Now it could be the pressures of certain things that made him have mental health issues, or he could just be like because people gotta understand. Some people mask things very well. When he was younger, probably was naive. He didn't know. And then as he got older, what's the name? Maybe he just past traumas. It could be anything. We don't know. You know what I'm saying? We don't know. But let's keep it going.
She does to you, especially when you come in there, you have no protection. None. Even your manager isn't protecting you. Because I believe Scooter Braun is the one that was connecting him to these people like Diddy. So when you look at everything in its totality, I just believe that Diddy was the ultimate gatekeeper, and he was a guy that could not contain his degeneracy. Now, this is according to Yahoo. Usher, real name Usher Raymond IV, has come under fire for wiping his profile on X, formerly Twitter, clean after the arrest of Sean Diddy Combs, with whom he has a lot of history. Diddy was arrested on Monday and charged with multiple offenses, including trafficking and racketeering, and is currently being held in a Brooklyn jail. Usher had previously spoken about his time spent with Diddy, once admitted that he saw very curious things while staying in the music mogul's home. Usher has left many puzzled.
That don't mean nothing. Be honest. I'm being honest. I know y'all don't want to hear it. That don't mean nothing because he's seen some strange things. It could be alligators walking across the floor. You know what I'm saying? He could have had a polar bear tied to the bed. You don't know because he ain't specifically said anything. I know some people saying, well, they have some tapes, blah, 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 blah. The FBI said they have tapes. But did you see any? You know what I'm saying? Everybody's saying he had 1,000 bottles of baby oil. Okay, cool. I like baby oil too. I like baby oil on a girl's ass. I ain't gonna lie, I do. I love baby oil on a girl's ass. Even when I used to be watching porn, I used to type it in, baby oil on a girl's ass. Like, yeah, who doesn't? This looks good. So, but I'm saying that we don't know until we get more information, more evidence of this. We can speculate all we want. The only thing we have is him essaying Cassie, which was terrible. And he should be locked up for that. That alone, nothing, forget everything else. But let's keep it going.
Completely wiping his ex account as former legal guardian Diddy faces severe charges related to trafficking and prostitution. It's unclear why the singer decided to clear his social media page. The timing has caused several to wonder if it has something to do with Diddy's arrest. Diddy and Usher and Diddy worked together for a while when the latter was still an up-and-coming artist. Diddy even produced the Burn single's first studio album. Usher and was known to have taken him under his wings as a legal guardian. With the recent controversy and scandals plaguing Diddy, several stars linked to him have now come under scrutiny for their past association with the disgraced rapper. The development has made Usher's decision to clear his ex-profile feel very questionable to fans on social media. However, Usher's Instagram account is still up and remains untouched. In a 2016 interview on the Howard Stern Show, Usher recounted his time living at Diddy's house when he was 14. The video, which was unearthed by social media users after Homeland Security officials raided Diddy's homes, shows Usher claimed that it was the former CEO of Epic Records, L.A. Reid, who suggested that he should live with Diddy in Scarsdale to see the lifestyle. Stern asked if Diddy's place was filled with chicks and orgies nonstop, to which the 45-year-old singer replied, "Not really. I got a chance to see some things. I don't know if I could indulge and even understand what I was looking at. It was pretty wild. It was crazy. There was some very curious things taking place, and I didn't necessarily understand it," he admitted, per Daily Mail. When asked if he would send his children to Puff Flavor Camp, Usher responded, "Hell no." So Diddy, so he knew what was going on with Diddy. He know that Diddy's a very wild, even in the 90s, people, this was the 90s. This was the 90s.
But none of this is against the law. Like if you are doing things to children, you should be deleted 100%. But if you're doing stuff with adults in your house and you have wild parties and all this, yeah, whatever. I don't care about that. If you're hurting kids or you're doing something to children, you should be out of here. 100%. Shouldn't be no questions asked. If they have you on tape doing something to children, you should face the wall and lined up behind you people with, and your drop. That's what it should be. Full stop, nothing. That's what it should be. But if you are having casual whatever with adults, who cares? I don't care if you have a baby oil sliding board with oil in the tub at the bottom of the living room. Who cares? No one cares about that. Did he do a crime? The Cassie thing, he should be locked up for that. That's the crime. And him putting his hands and beating her like that, that's the crime. But anything else, I just don't get it. You know what I'm saying? Maybe somebody can school me. I don't know. But yeah. And we just gonna stop that there. Yeah. And the thing is, like, so with Pink, right? I honestly didn't know Pink was super tied to Diddy. I didn't know that. But I don't know. Maybe she did. But you're gonna see some more stuff. And I want to do a full episode about this, but y'all gonna see a whole lot of stuff. And trust and believe, I'm on the fence about a lot of stuff because I need to see evidence. But the more and more as time goes on, a lot of this stuff is going to get revealed, especially if they don't get Diddy to cooperate, or he's cooperating, but if they don't really get, I honestly think he's going to be deleted. You know what I'm saying? That's just my opinion. But outside of that, if Diddy doesn't cooperate and they say, well, they're going to start revealing stuff to people about things and showing people things, I don't know what he's going to do. Have no clue what Diddy's going to do. No clue. But I do know that these people deleting their stuff ain't going to make a difference. And that just goes to show you now, if they're deleting their stuff because of Diddy, we don't know. Like, we don't know if he deleted it because of Diddy. Maybe he just wanted to start over. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? It's just coincidence that he and Diddy, but I know some of y'all in the comments are like, no, he did it because of Diddy. He did it because there's some things that did, like, you do know that they can pull those back up. And I believe Elon Musk said something He said, Twitter is a social space and a crime scene. So you already know he's going to cooperate. Elon Musk is going to be like, y'all all got to go, especially if you got children involved, child, whatever. Yeah, Elon don't play that. He don't side with that. He don't play that at all. You know what I'm saying? He don't like none of that. So trust and believe, whatever we don't know, if it was on Twitter, we're going to see it eventually. But yeah, man, that's the 12 o'clock show. 6 o'clock show coming up, man. Guys, check me out. 6 o'clock show. Yeah, man. Y'all check it out. You know what I'm saying? I was going to say what it's about, but I ain't going to start doing that because I may change my mind. You know what I'm saying? So, love y'all guys, man. See y'all. Peace, bye.